Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. In a previous video I talked about the top 10 practical skills that you need for living in the countryside, for living maybe off-grid or on a homestead in the middle of nowhere like we are. In this video I'm going to look at the 10 soft skills that you need in addition to those practical skills. You can argue that these skills are needed in life in general, but what I've done here is picked out what I think are the top 10 soft skills that you need specifically for living in the situation that we are. Whether you are moving from suburbia to the countryside and it's 5 miles down the road, or whether, like us, you've moved to a different country, these are still relevant. So, in no particular order, I'll give you 10, and then at the end I've got one bonus one, so do stick around to the end because it is really important. So number one is adaptability and flexibility. You need to quickly adjust to your new surroundings. There could be new cultures, new traditions locally, and new routines, and so adaptability to those is really important. And flexibility, be open to changing your plans or your approach. Particularly when you look at cultures, for example, the cultural differences here with planning are very different here in Latvia than they are in the UK. And you need to be able to be flexible to and adaptable to the context of where you're living and what you are doing. Number two is resilience and stress management. Yes, they are relevant to life, of course, anyway, but perhaps more so when you are in a new situation, a different situation, perhaps out of your comfort zone. It's important to know how to bounce back and from setbacks, that is, and stay positive despite the challenges that you face. And of course, stress management techniques for managing stress and maintaining mental well-being are really important. And that mental well-being probably is something I could cover in a video on its own. Number three are communication skills. Now, I did pick up on this a little bit in the practical skills, but you need to be able to clearly express your needs and listen actively to others and engage in meaningful conversation. Of course, connected to that, and specifically in our case, we've moved to a country with a different language. Now, English is spoken here, but mostly with the younger generations. And so it's good to, if you are moving to a different country, then make sure you know some basic words, so that you can be polite at the very least. And cultural sensitivity linked to that, understanding and respecting the cultures of and the differences therein of where you're moving to. Now, that could be a different country, could be a different town, could be a different village. There will be those differences that you need to be sensitive to. Number four is critical thinking and problem solving. Really important skill, once again, in life. And but you need to identify issues quickly and work out how you are going to develop practical solutions. So and then the critical thinking aspect of that, you need to analyze situations objectively, don't you, and make informed decisions. Keep asking the why question. Why does something happen? Why? Like we were when we were children, we always asked why. Number five is networking and relationship building. Building a network of contacts around you is really important because you will all share different skill sets, and knowing what each other's skill set is and kind of bartering those skill sets is really important to success and survival and indeed thriving. Relationship building, it's good to establish and nurture relationships and positive ones as well. Now, whether that's face-to-face with locals or online, etc., neighbours, colleagues and the local community, it's all really, really important. Just showing your face in the local shops so people get to know who you are. People know that I'm the English guy, etc., etc. Self motivation and independence is number 6. You need to set personal growth goals, being motivated to be able to reach those goals and achieve them despite the challenges is really important. And independence, be confident in your ability to manage tasks and make decisions on your own. Now, it's important to take the wisdom of other people, but you need to make the decisions and make them on your own. Number 7, cultural awareness and empathy, understanding and appreciating the customs and traditions and the values of your new environment is vital, and be empathetic and understanding and compassionate towards others' experiences and their perspectives. Number 8 is learning agility. You need to quickly pick up the new skills that you need, and those practical skills and things that come up day to day, and acquire that knowledge needed to be able to develop those new skills that's relevant to your context. And openness to learning, being willing to learn from others and from your own experiences, whether they're positive experiences or negative mistakes or successes. Really important to learn from other people's failures. Number 9 is time management and organisation. Effectively managing your time and balancing work and life and things like that is a really important skill to attain, particularly when it's relevant to a new environment, when it feels like lots of things are thrown at you and you need to be able to manage those. Look at jobs that can happen on their own. You can start them, get going, and then go and do something else at the same time, so you're getting 2 jobs done within the same time. Learn to prioritise jobs in that way, not always in terms of importance. For example, you might want to start a job that's important, but you need a drink, so go and boil the kettle. While the kettle's boiling, you can start that job and then come and do the coffee or whatever. Organisation, keeping your life organised is important. Put systems in place to organise it and to help you. That would help reduce the stress element as well and increase efficiency of the things that you're doing. Number 10 is patience and perseverance or persistence. Understanding that and adjusting to a new place takes time, and being patient with the process also takes time as well. Persistence, continuing to work towards your integration, keep going, as it were, and the adaptation, despite any difficulties. It might feel like slow progress, but as long as you're moving, even if you're moving 1 step back and 2 steps forward, because it can feel like that at times, that's really important soft skill to have. And then that kind of bonus thing is dealing with negativity, having an element of thick skin, negativity and toxicity. There's a lot of talk about toxicity at the moment, and so there should be. We've had to deal with it, and perhaps I can do that in a separate video, talk about our story, how we've kind of dealt with the toxicity in a certain situation and how we've got through that. But it is something that you need to be aware of, and skill managing that and dealing with it is really important. So there are my top 10 and top 10 and a bonus of soft skills that I think are needed for living out in this environment like we are, not just in Latvia, but in any country, but the move to the countryside and living on a homestead. Do you think I've missed anything? If you do, then do leave a comment down below. Let me know what you agree with or disagree with, what you liked and what you disliked. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it at any moment, and there are lots of other videos similar on our channel, so do check them out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in another video very soon.